Alright, football fans, the first round of the NFL draft is always filled with excitement, surprises, and sometimes players unexpectedly sliding down the board. And when that happens to a player widely projected to be a first-round pick, it creates a different kind of energy, a frustration, a chip on the shoulder that can often fuel a player's career. That was absolutely the story of Michigan cornerback Will Johnson, who saw his name go uncalled through all 32 picks on Thursday night, and finally heard it on Friday in the second round, when the Arizona Cardinals selected him with the 47th overall pick. For Johnson, who was in the green room on Thursday expecting to be a first-round selection, seeing pick after pick go by without hearing his name was understandably a difficult experience. He later called that Thursday night one of those nightmares you never want to happen. And when he was finally picked on Friday, he didn't hide his feelings about the slide. Speaking during a conference call after being drafted, Johnson admitted he was frustrated and mad about falling further than he expected. But that frustration quickly turned into resolve. He immediately declared, "I'm on a mission now. They definitely woke me up. For sure. That's the kind of fuel that can drive a player in the NFL." So, why did a player ranked as high as number 10 on ESPN's consensus pre-draft board fall all the way to 47? The answer, at least according to reports that surfaced during the draft, seemed to center around health concerns. Reports circulated on Thursday that teams were concerned about a potential knee issue with Johnson. However, upon being drafted on Friday, Johnson directly addressed those rumors, stating emphatically that he is healthy and hasn't actually dealt with a knee issue in 2 years. He expressed frustration that those kinds of reports were out there, especially since he knows his own body. "They were saying things about my knee and all that, and I haven't really dealt with it in 2 years. So that's definitely frustrating," he said. "But it's all good. I'm at where I'm supposed to be. And I'm just happy to be a Cardinal now." Now, while Johnson disputes the specific knee issue rumor circulating on draft night, it is true that he has dealt with injuries. He was limited to playing in only 6 games during the 2024 season due to a turf toe injury. Furthermore, he wasn't able to participate fully in the pre-draft process. He didn't do drills at the NFL scouting combine, and a hamstring injury prevented him from participating in Michigan's Pro Day. 2. He did hold a private workout for teams just 11 days before the draft. But even then, he did not run the 40-yard dash. 3. So, while the specific knee rumor might have been inaccurate or exaggerated, there were certainly other recent injuries and missed workout opportunities that could have given some teams pause or made their medical evaluations more challenging. For the Arizona Cardinals, however, getting Will Johnson at pick 47 was viewed as a massive win. A source reportedly called his fall to them a gift, indicating the significant value they believed they got by drafting a player of his caliber much later than expected. Cardinals general manager Monty Ossenfort confirmed the team's comfort level with Johnson's health, stating, "Yeah, really did the same process we do with all the prospects. And that's an extensive process and ended up good with Will and excited to get him going." Coach Jonathan Gannon acknowledged Johnson's understandable frustration about falling but offered some perspective, telling reporters, "He'll quickly realize when he steps in the building. It's not where you get drafted. It's what you do with it." As a player, Will Johnson is often described as a shutdown corner. His former Michigan teammate, Kenneth Grant, who was picked 13th overall by the Dolphins, called Johnson the ultimate competitor. Grant emphasized that Will is always competing, whether on or off the field, constantly watching film. Grant also powerfully reinforced Johnson's toughness. "He's a dog. Bro, injury or not. He's a dog. He's going to power through it and hit you. For real." That kind of mindset and physicality is exactly what NFL teams covet in their defensive backs. Interestingly, Johnson already has a connection to the Cardinals organization. While training in Arizona over the past few months, he golfed with current Cardinals receiver and former Ohio State star Marvin Harrison Jr., and the two discussed the possibility of Johnson joining him in Arizona. Johnson admitted it was fair to say he thought that might happen earlier, perhaps with the Cardinals' first-round pick at number 16. Nevertheless, the pre-draft process with the Cardinals went well. He had a video conference call and visited their headquarters, noting that he liked the coaching staff's great energy and felt he would fit in well with the team's culture. For the Cardinals, adding a cornerback with Will Johnson's talent level, even with the questions that caused his fall, is a huge potential boost to their secondary. Describing himself as a shutdown corner, he could immediately compete for one of the starting jobs, given his college performance when healthy. Getting him at pick 47 is seen as a high upside move. Will Johnson's draft night was a nightmare that fueled his motivation. He fell significantly further than expected, likely due to a combination of his legitimate recent injury history and perhaps some unfounded or exaggerated rumors. But the Arizona Cardinals were comfortable with their evaluation, saw the value in getting a top 10 talent much later, and believed they landed a gift. Now, with a chip firmly planted on his shoulder, Will Johnson is on a mission to prove to every team that passed on him just what they missed out on. Ready to show the NFL that where you get drafted is less important than what you do once you get there. His journey to prove it starts now in Arizona. Alright, let's talk about one of the more surprising slides in the NFL draft, and the player's very clear reaction to it. Michigan cornerback Will Johnson, who many draft experts had pegged as a first-round pick, even a consensus top 10 prospect on some boards, fell all the way into the second round. He was finally selected by the Arizona Cardinals with the 47th pick overall. And Johnson was not shy about how he felt about the unexpected drop. He said he was frustrated and mad, telling reporters, quote, "They definitely woke me up. For sure. I'm on a mission. Now, he's coming to Arizona with a massive chip on his shoulder, ready to prove teams that passed on him wrong." The likely reason for his slide? Rumors apparently surfaced during the first round about a potential knee issue. But Johnson strongly denied those concerns after being drafted, saying he's healthy and hasn't dealt with a knee issue in 2 years. Calling the rumors frustrating, he did have a turf toe injury last season that limited him, and a hamstring issue kept him out of combine and pro day drills, though he held a private workout later. The Cardinals, for their part, said they were comfortable with his health after their extensive process. General Manager Monty Ossenfort said they felt good with Will, and one source even reportedly called his fall to the Cardinals a gift. Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon said he understood Johnson's emotions but believes he'll get over it real quick once he's in the building and realizes it's about what he does with the opportunity, not where he was picked. Despite the draft slide and injury questions, Johnson is widely seen as a highly talented, even shutdown corner type of player. He had positive interactions with the Cardinals in the pre-draft process, even golfing with Marvin Harrison Jr. about potentially playing together in Arizona, though he expected it to happen sooner. He has a real chance to immediately compete for a starting job in the Cardinals' secondary. So, while the slide was surely a difficult experience for Will Johnson, it seems to have given him incredible motivation. He arrives in Arizona not just as a talented second-round pick, but as a player with a clear mission to show everyone what they missed out on and prove why he was considered one of the best players in this draft class.